and there's excitement. You can feel that. It's sort of like that feeling that you get before it's going to rain, and you can feel that electricity in the air. It's just a different sensor going off. The sensor that's going off is that of your emotions. All right, so as a kid, part of being an empath is feeling other people's emotions, because people can be in your environment. So it's very confusing as a child to separate understanding when you're already overwhelmed with feeling and all your sensor receptors going off, to distinguish the difference between your where those are coming from, place that's in you and how you feel, and you receiving and feeling something that somebody else is going through. Okay, and then it's learning to have a separation upon that. So learning to first understand that all that is not always you. And that's hard if you don't have anyone around you that's understanding what you're going through. They just think you're a hypersensitive kid, and they're not understanding you're hypersensitive and you're feeling them and your mother and your father and the people in school and in the school bus and the driver and the people in the store, everywhere you go. So that's, sometimes we're blessed with people around us who can help us with that, and sometimes we learn it as we grow. So I found if you are sensitive, I would say whether you're sensitive or not, it is extremely important to cleanse your energy every day through grounding, meditation, prayer, incense, crystals, whatever you want that you feel is good for cleansing of energy. Okay? Because the intention behind doing that and then taking a step. So doing something, a ritual, something that is an action that takes step upon your belief that you are cleansing your energy. Then you are. You could take a shower and just picture all that crap of everything that's been latched upon you from everyone else, or that you've picked up from places that you've gone, just going away, and it now coming from inside your soul and inside your heart, that it's your own aura. And that's pretty much all you need to do. I think the best thing is nature. Nature is our best teacher. She wants to work with us. Nature's like an orchestra, and she wants to be involved. The trees, the birds, the grass, the wind, everything, it wants to work with us. So if you go out in nature, and now you're not the conductor demanding everything, those people or those trees in your orchestra are there by choice, and they want to work with you and you want to work with them. So let nature teach you. Okay? She will. So speaking of nature, okay, so getting into energy and feeling the energy around you. So let's picture a dolphin for a moment. Now, I'm not a dolphin, so I'm going to do my best on my interpretation on what it would be to be a dolphin. Okay, so they're sort of like us. They're extremely smart. They have personalities. They figure things out. They can come up on the air just like we can go in the water for a little bit, They're engulfed in their environment of this water. Okay, so when they talk to each other, or they signal each other, they send out that my dolphin signal. All right, and the sound waves go out into the water and go on top of a shark and over the coral and around the shipwreck, and they get a picture, okay, sent back to them. It's like the Matrix. So they're not just getting back a sound or a thought or a feeling or a vibration. It's actually creating a three-dimensional image in their head of their environment and what's in front of them and what's behind them. so that they can navigate that and navigate with each other and see that. Now, where dolphins and humans are extremely different is I don't think the dolphins have lost their contact with nature and who they are and their environment around them, whereas humans have lost their way a little bit. Some of us were born extremely sensitive, and at times it's been a hindrance, and it's extremely hard, but it's also a blessing. More of a blessing. Okay, so some people have the need, right, to be sensitive, or they want to understand that part. So they dive into spirituality or science or meditation, something for them to help them tap in to the environment around them. Sometimes it's something you learn. So you start to meditate a lot. You start to become more conscious of your thoughts. You go out in nature. You work with nature. You see the energy and the rustling of the leaves. It's like our environment. It's all information. Rustling of the leaves. It's information. That stuff you can't see. That's static before a storm. It's information. How in tune are you to it? Or are you waking up, focusing on the job, going to the thing, you're not even conscious when you're grabbing your keys and grabbing your bag and driving to pick up the kids, or driving to your, walking to the subway, whatever. Do you remember which way you turned? What were you doing in that time? Were you even conscious of those steps that you were taking? Are you aware of your thoughts, or are you just going into robot mode? All right, so an awareness in your environment, but also being separate from it. We're connected and we're individual. We're each so unique, and we're each part of one another. Okay, so the dolphins are in tune with their environment and how to utilize it. We can become more in tune with our environment around us and what's going on. And sometimes sensitivity can be a strength. Okay, so now what happens with emotions? A lot of us are conditioned. We're all conditioned with our emotions. We're all conditioned from childhood, and that's not our parents' fault, or it's society. It's the environment that you're in, and it is what it is, and it starts with accepting it. Perhaps tell yourself, before you came here, you chose the parents you were going to have, because then you get the situation that's going to give you the best scenario to have the most positive experiences and lessons to bring your soul to a better place for you on the track that you're on right now for what you need to go through. Rather than blaming your situation, perhaps take a different perspective, even if that's imagination land to you. Pretend you chose the family you're in, the situation you were brought into, your basic scenario, what astrology sign you were going to be, your name. You whispered it in your parents' ear. The moment you were going to be born into that exact place, because perhaps that brought you to the exact point that you needed to give you the lessons you would need to grow into. Okay, let's just say that. So, as a kid, you're conditioned with your emotions so young. No, you're not allowed to feel that. You're not allowed to get upset like that. You can't feel that, because then you won't be accepted, or your parents won't love you, or you won't be heard, or you won't get the cookie. Or if you get mad, then you're not going to be able to go play with your friends. Or if you get upset at that, or you don't come when your mom counts to 2, then what you really feel about something maybe needs to be heard. Your feelings are valid. The way you feel is valid. The way you felt then is valid. The way others feel is valid. So start by forgiving yourself. if for some reason you felt bad about feeling some way, forgive yourself. It's okay. You're allowed to feel the way you did. Okay, so are you going to stay in that pity party, oh, woe is me, so everyone can see how you feel and you can get their approval so that you can feel better, and then it's okay for you and you get that approval and you can move on and do what you really think you want, but it's really what other people are telling you to do? How are you taking that emotion? Your emotion is your signpost. Your emotions are your green lights. They're your sensors, like the dolphins. When you're connected to your emotions, you're connected to your inner guide, okay? Your inner signpost to tell you where to go. So follow the green lights. Green light! What makes you tick? What makes you passionate? What makes you excited? What makes you purr? That's the way you want to go. And if you start to feel bad or gooky or icky and you're going into the negative vibration, the lower vibration where you're stuck and in anything of a lower vibration, so hate, envy, jealousy, resentment, pity, rage, anger, anything that's of a lower vibration, you're allowed to feel what you feel. So accept that, have consciousness of it, and tell yourself it's okay. Tell others it's okay for them to feel the way they did. They have a reason for it. But you can only control you. So now you're conscious of that gross feeling you had. Change it. Do you want to sit there and bask in it? Do you need approval from other people that that feeling is okay? Or do you want to tell yourself you don't want to feel that way and that that event made you feel something that you want to change? Because that's also a signpost. That's a red light. Red flag. So are you going to repeat those patterns? Those conditionings that you're not allowed to do that, you're not allowed to have that, someone told you whatever, or are you going to start to follow your heart? What can you do right now in this moment? All right, this moment that makes you the happiest. So rather than basking in the negative, forgive yourself. It's okay. It's okay. You feel that way for a good reason. So how can you move from that rather than sitting in it? How can you take a step towards the green light and the good emotion? Put on some music. What can you do right now, this moment, that'll make you the happiest you can? A, B, or C. Maybe it's doing nothing. That's okay. Maybe you're telling yourself to do nothing because that's yourself telling you need your little meditation. And then maybe you're going to sit there and actually listen to your emotion and listen to the way you're feeling. And maybe you're going to get a big idea that's going to spark some fire under your ass. Either way is okay. Either way is you're listening to the right emotion. Okay? So, I don't want to go off on a tangent. I've stuck with the emotions pretty good on this one. So, be accepting of your emotions. Love yourself. Trust that you're on a path to move forward and to grow. And follow your heart as your growth. Don't have a battle of your mind, which can be your ego. Your mind is you going back to your child. That's the child you that is giving yourself the protection and the boundaries and the things that you feel you need to do because then you get the approval or you get what you need from others. And you don't need that anymore. You don't need that from others. You just need to go in your own heart and allow your mind and your heart to connect. Don't allow your mind and your ego self and what you've been told, you told yourself that you think you need, to overwhelm what your heart is telling you. Connect the two, because your heart is telling you the truth. Okay, so let's stop there.